Hello everyone, Zelrant here, and today for Etheria Restart, I thought I'd just make a quick video on the new event we got as compensation for the buffs they made to a boss that has inadvertently nerfed some of the units in our game. And so we've gotten the Animus Reconfigure that came back. Now, this is a huge chance for a lot of people who maybe didn't take advantage of the first one to reset characters that they may have inadvertently heavily invested in. Now, one of the big things a lot of people talk about are trying to get back your perfect lattices, which I think is the biggest reason for this. If you have wasted your perfect lattices on your SSRs, the biggest one will be Leanne. If you hadn't reset Leanne yet, I think she's the biggest opportunity, because at this point, I think most people have completed the last quest requiring you to utilize her. If you're past this point, you might as well reset her and get back the 2 lattices it required you to invest into her on like this last quest here. And so those are huge. But one thing that may not be thought of for a lot of people are the SR lattices, which is the whole point I'm going to be actually utilizing this for. I'm not going to be resetting a SSR, but an SR. I kind of want to show you how I'm making the decision that I'm making, and how you may be able to use the same process I'm applying to kind of make the decision on your account. And that is by going into the challenges. So the different big challenges that you're going to want to farm a lot. And so example, I have Realmocha. I'm working on Doki Doki. Now I've been one of the reasons I'm looking at SRs as well is I've been very conservative on my perfect ones because they're so rare. One thing a lot of people haven't been, myself included, was very conservative on the SR lattices because we have been getting a lot more of them. But as I've learned, and probably other people have learned, the SRs that are really, really good, you want to put a lot of investment into them because that's what makes them basically SSR level. One clear example is going to be Didding. Actually, you'll see him one here. So, like, I'm looking at how am I going to complete Hell 3 and Hell 4. Like, those are the 2 big ones. Inferno, a whole nother ball game right now. The biggest ones are these, so you can get those triple pieces on some of the sets. And you can take this and look at the clear times and recent clears. I think clear times kind of gives you the best indicator of where to put the skill points, because these are the people like min-maxing this content. Now, some of these are people that have heavily invested, so you want to kind of get a mix of them. But I think the clear times can give a better picture in terms of that. And when it comes to the SRs, one example you're going to see is Didding. And this is one, if you didn't know, wants a lot of heavy investment. He's very, very good, though, at single target because of that. And you can utilize this to see, hey, 5, 5, and 4 is what you're going to see is the most common thing on these clears here. This person put 5, 5, and 5. You'll see extra investment in some of them, but I like to look at most of them. He's like used in every single one of these. And you can see that is where I might want to invest some. So if you have investment in him, he's not a good one to reset. You're going to see that anywhere he's pretty much used. 5, 5, and 4, or some people maxing them out. But there is another unit, that the one that I will be resetting, Dinah, who you're going to see 1, 1, and 1 everywhere. But I really liked her skill 3 because the flexibility of, hey, I've got my Kloss already putting defense down, or somebody else putting that down. Or I have someone putting defense down and vulnerable down, so she can put erosion. So she's very, very good at putting something on the enemy without having that redundancy of putting the same buff on him twice. Very good unit. Biggest thing is, she really doesn't need the investment, and that's what you'll see everywhere that she's used. I don't think she's as heavily used on Termaton for the clear times, but I think you'll see her a lot more in recent clears. And what I've seen, now you can't actually watch these anymore. It was not letting me. It was saying a mismatch here. But what you're going to see, this person heavily invested in her. But you will see on a lot of people, it's 1, 1, and 1 when they're getting the completions for her. So she's a good one that you can see that maybe she's one you're going to want to reset. And that's currently my case. She's the one I will be resetting because I have about 5 lattices within her. And like with Doki Doki, the one I actually will be investing into is going to be her, Kazu the Reverie. And that is because if you look through here, you're going to see a lot of people that have put a lot of them in her skill 3. And that's where I completely ran out of SR lattices last week. Because of how many we get, it gave us the false impression that we've got so many, you can invest in them a little bit more, which you can to a certain extent, but you can run out, and when you run out, they're still limited, and you have to wait for the next week to kind of get that initial rush more of them coming in. And so that's what I'm taking advantage of. I will be getting her skill maxed out on level 5, which is what you're going to see on her on a lot of them. And so that's my situation. For everybody else, you can utilize this for your other SRs. You have like Valorant, which you're seeing a lot. You're going to see a lot of level 5 on her skill 3. Chiaki the Echo. She's another one that I really want to invest into because I don't have a Lily, which really, really sucks. Lily is like the I mentioned that Inferno's a whole nother ball game, and you're going to see a reason why I'll show you. And why you don't actually, even though this whole event is all over Sanya, the LD Sanya, I forget her name, the dot SR, SSR Sanya, is Inferno. She is the most used, and I think like the only one that really can do Infernos because of the way the dot works. So even though this entire event is because of the inadvertent nerf to her to Aurora, you do not want to actually utilize it on her because she's actually really good for Inferno, like in all content, except Aurora right now. And the funny thing is with Aurora, she's not good at Aurora because of that inadvertent nerf, and nobody can beat Inferno. One person's beat them. That's it. One whale has beat them. Yeah, clear time and recent clear. One whale. I don't even know if they are a whale. I'd have to kind of look. Yeah, they don't have a lot of dupes into her, but they have beat Inferno, Aurora, and they're the only one that has. Now we'll probably start seeing more because level 55 is required to do it. So, but it's kind of crazy to me that level 55 is possible. So a lot of whales are reaching that point, and only one person's beating them because of the nerf to Shadow Sanya. So don't use it on her. She's a very good investment. She's pretty much used in all of the Grim Pursuits on the higher difficulty. Like if you look at Inferno on this, pretty much nothing but her. Because of the nature of how dot works and how much health the boss has. When you look at recent clears without utilizing her, which I don't even know if you can find them really. I mean, she's pretty much all anyone's using. It's insane. I don't even know what I'm going to do in my account because Lily and Shadow Sanya are the two big ones used in Inferno. I'm hoping the next big LD unit fixes that. But that's just some advice. Don't reconfigure her. She is actually a great unit regardless of the fact they shadow nerfed Aurora. I'm expecting they'll probably nerf the bosses at some point to make it like possible for other units to beat them. But yeah, that's just kind of my approach to how you may want to look at it. I just like looking at other people that have cleared it, more specifically the clear times, because the clear times give you the indicator of where the best area to invest in. I like to look at least health 3 and health 4s. You can look at earlier ones, but the biggest thing with the earlier ones is they start to get a little bit more fine-tuned for those that want to go on, especially on the clear times, for those people that want to go like to extremes, like Termaton. If you actually look at like, if you look at like Nightmare 1s, 2s, and 3s, you're going to notice on clear times, people are like maximizing efficiency. Like Nightmare 2, this person's literally just going for a clear time, which means you want as little actions as possible from your team. And so you can see this one, they actually probably could have sped it up maybe a little bit more with a little bit more investment, but I don't know. But you just use this efficient team and you clear it real quick. And so these ones are kind of bad, I think, if you go to the lower difficulties looking how people build them. Plus, on the recent clears, you can beat these with messed up built characters, so it doesn't really matter. And Inferno's a bad one just because Shadow Sanya is pretty much everywhere. And on that one, very specific teams you're wanting to beat Inferno with, which really sucks, in my opinion, because there is a set here that you cannot get unless you do it. So I'd utilize like Health 3 and Health 4. Those are the two important ones, I think, for a majority of people, just to kind of get an idea of what people are using there. And at that point, you're starting to have to be efficient with your units. And yeah, that's pretty much it. I thought I'd just make a quick video on it in a way you can kind of utilize the information from other players to kind of make your decision. It's going to be unique for everybody because we've all made the mistakes on our investment differently. But my big one was Dinah, and the big one that I want to invest in is Fuzuru for Doki Doki. And you might be in the same situation, or you might want to go a different direction. But yeah, that's pretty much it. If you like my content, if you could like, comment, and subscribe, it really helps. And thanks for watching.